Okay, ready?
Okay, ready?
Fire.
Here we go.
Fire.
We are starting our next episode of At Our Table, and today we are here with my dad, Garry Sawtelle. Welcome, Dad.
Welcome, thank you.
Hi, Gary.
Hi, Lindsay.
We had a good time interviewing Mom earlier, and we're going to spend some time talking with the both of you. So there's probably going to be some things we skip over because we're going to talk about it with the two of you, like owning the restaurant together, running the horse farm together, that kind of stuff. But tell our listeners, where did you grow up and what your childhood was like?
I grew up in Corinna, Maine, on at that time was almost a dead-end road, and so there was very little traffic. There was a farm across the street. When I was a young lad, I would say, I used to build dams in the springtime.
Really?
And flood Mom and Dad's house out quite a bit. So I'd build dams, and I'd build 3, 4, 5 foot high walls of dams out of straw, wood, whatever I could build them out of, and stuff like that. So I mean,
Just for fun?
Yeah, just something to do. Nobody was, I would overtake the road and everything, but the road we'd have no traffic on our road.
So it wasn't out of like necessity to create a water
just
source.
Something for fun, you know. And there's pictures of me wandering around in, I call them muck boots now, but with building these dams and.
Now you were the first child of Clifford and Nola Sawtelle.
And I'm the oldest sibling right now, or the Sawtelle and Sprague clans.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And you had 2 siblings.
I had my sister Karen and Jean Carroll passed away upon birth, and then my younger brother Jim was born. Yeah.
Okay, so Nana had 4 pregnancies, lost one on birth. Really?
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
How old were you when that happened? Do you remember?
6.
Really?
Yeah, 6 or 7 in that range, I guess. So.
Do you remember it happening?
Yeah. I remember
your
Mom and
parents
Dad
told
had. We all went to the funeral parlor. I mean, and they always had. They had a little casket, and it was all So I do remember.
Do you know why she died?
No.
The baby?
No.
Really?
Was it open casket?
No, I don't think so.
Just a little.
Yeah, just a little box. Yeah. I mean, it was. No,
Hey.
she wasn't. I would say she was.
Preemie.
She was like a
Premature.
preemie baby, and she
okay.
was, and I don't think she had all of the facilities. I mean, as far as brain and something, I don't know.
She wasn't fully developed.
No, she wasn't fully developed. I guess so. Yeah.
So this would have been in the 1950s, because you were...
Yeah, about 1956, 57.
Right. Okay.
And I was 6 and 7, so.
Okay, so you were born in 1950.
50, April 1st, 1950, at 4:22
April 1st?
a.m. Yeah.
Of course, April Fools.
I'm an April Fool's baby.
April Fool's baby.
And we had many April Fool's jokes played on us.
Did you grow up beside your grandparents?
Yep. Nana and Grandpa Sprague were above us.
Okay.
There was a field in between.
Okay.
Yeah. And they were apple trees. I don't know if you ever remember that.
No.
No, there was a ton of apple trees up through there.
Really?
And they've all got cut down, and so.
Did they plant those?
The Nethers did.
Okay.
The people that Nana and Grandpa worked for years.
And I remember Bampa always had a garden. Was that something that was a part of your childhood too, where garden?
It was for him, but not for me.
Right.
I didn't care for gardening at all. I wasn't much of a gardener. So.
Well, I mean it more about as you grew up. where did your food come from? Did it come
Oh,
from?
yes, from the, yeah, Mum and Nana, they all did pressure cookers and all the string beans and peas, corn.
Canning their
Yeah,
vegetables.
basically canning, yeah. And your mother did a lot of canning.
Everything came from your garden.
Yeah. And your mum did quite a lot of canning when we had the house.
Where did you go to school?
Eastland was the name of the school. Grades 1 through 6.
Public
we went
school,
there.
right? It was a public.
Well, they thought I was a dummy, so they did. Well, I didn't perform very well. Let's put it that way, as far as testing goes.
So you didn't like school?
Nope. Didn't care for it at all. So no. But I mean, there was many years that they would say, well, we're going to let him go into the next class, but yet he'll probably have to stay back. And I never did stay back.
Okay.
I always did pass, but
Yeah.
but they learned, they gave me separate tests, so I didn't have to kind of compete with anybody else. And once they did that, my IQ was very good. So
You were fine.
I'm
you
fine.
got through it.
Yeah. All right, so that was 1 through 6.
Okay, Eastland
Yeah,
Elementary.
and I was in a lot of. Back then they had 3rd and 4th grade together, and 5th and 6th grade
Combined,
together, and
okay.
stuff like that. So I mean, my sister Karen was in the next class under me, and we was always close that way and stuff. So, and then my 7th and 8th grade class was in, they called it the old grammar school, I guess.
Okay.
And then we went to Corinna Union Academy for the last 4 years, freshman through senior.
And were you guys the last class?
I was the last class in Corinna CUA, so.
Before the regional high school was
Yep.
built, right?
Yep.
Okay.
That's so interesting. So was your mom.
Yeah.
Not hers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I didn't, I don't know, I was midway class like that, but yet some of the teachers, just thought I was right off the wall for crying out loud, but yet I was class president in class.
You were?
Really?
I was class president, senior class,
Wow.
and president of the association. I don't know what they had, something like that. There was
yeah?
two. I
Like
was
a
the
social
president.
club?
Well,
Or-
some social club or something
Yeah.
like that.
Now, did you have to be elected by your
Yeah.
peers?
Yeah.
So you must have been.
So you were popular.
Well, they
Liked.
they all I was pretty good. So.
What did they like about you?
I'd get them out of school. I don't think we spent much of our senior year in school than we did. We were out selling stuff, buying stuff.
Trying to raise money?
Yeah, to raise money for the social clubs that
Okay.
we were in
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So.
Did you have a good group of friends?
Yeah, we had. I had cousins that were there, and we had a nice group of friends. Yeah, I did. So.
And Corinna's a mill town, right?
A woolen mill, yes.
Okay, so what was that like? Did everyone's parents work at the mill?
My dad worked there until I graduated from Auburn School. No, vocational school in Auburn, and Central Maine Vocational Technical Institute. And I told him then, I said, when I graduated, I said, we're going out, we're hitting the construction field, and that's what we did for 25 years. So.
We're gonna talk about that.
Did your mom work, or did
She worked in Eastland. Well, Dad did. Dad worked. He was a second hand in the spinning room, and I remember growing up. That the Stryers,
That
old man Stryer, he Mom was like their head secretary at the time, and she took care of all of them, and he always would come across and say, "Oh, come on in here, Gary. We're going to have us a cherry soda," and we'd have a cherry Coke soda in the Rexall store. For
And these were the owners.
The owners, yeah,
of the
yeah,
woolen mill,
yeah,
right? They lived in that beautiful.
No, this was the father.
Oh, okay.
More so than, but they shipped everything into New York. So I mean,
Wow.
Were you close with your parents?
Yep, very close.
And your grandparents too, right?
Very close to my grandparents too. When I started out, I don't know, it might have been 4th grade, 5th grade. I would get out of school at 2:30, 3 o'clock, I guess, in that range, and I'd go to the where Nana Sprague worked at a restaurant. That was my aunt's, and I always did run errands for her, picked up flour, anything that she needed. She had a list, and I could go over to the local grocery store and pick it all up, bring it over to her, fill the soda machine, and she'd always have a heat or two of bread left over, and we'd throw them on the grill, and I'd cook them up for a little snack, after school snack.
Yeah,
after school snack. So,
Now, was this the same restaurant that was handed, or you and Mom eventually bought, or was this a different restaurant?
No, it was my aunt and her husband had that restaurant, and they bought the restaurant from them, and that's what when we were going through trade schools and stuff, that's what we come home to work in the restaurant. So
take us back to a day like living in your home, the home that you grew up with, your mom and dad. What were some of the smells or activities that you would routinely have in
they
smell
cook.
or hear?
Well, no, mother and father both work, so the grandparents, Nana Sawtelle, would babysit us in a lot of times, and she'd cook. She'd have pastries and breads and all of that type stuff, cooking stuff.
Daily, there would be something
it was
fresh.
a daily, freshly cooked stuff, And they always had meals cooked up, and then Dad would get home at 2:30, 2:45.
Because he'd started when? Like what?
Oh, he started at 6 in the morning.
Wow.
Working, and then he usually would make dinner or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Papa would make
or
dinner.
get it started.
Okay.
Or whatever.
After coming
they'd
home
have
from
it.
work.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you guys, I remember it was always like 5 o'clock sharp, eating dinner with Nana and Papa.
Yep.
Was that
5
true for your childhood
Yep.
too?
All the way through. Oh yeah, 5 o'clock dinner bell ring when you'd either, if you didn't get there in a minute or two, you ended up doing the dishes. So.
Did you have a real bell that rang?
Yeah.
A real.
Oh yeah.
Bell.
Especially when I was in my teenage years, and the farm next door had cattle, milking cattle, and I always liked going down there and taking the milk and putting it into the milk storage tanks and dumping it through like that. And they had about 60 head of milking cows, and I'd always go down and help them start milking, and then I'd hear that dinner bell. She'd ring it, and it was just about the same time as we was switching over to the other side of the barn for the next 30 batch, and I'd have to go home and go from there. But I mean, never got paid anything, but it was just something for fun to do. So.
Yeah. Now, the other thing I feel like I've learned from your side of the family is food is never wasted.
Correct.
And where did that came from? Where did that really come from?
That was from the Depression, I guess. Yeah, when Nana and Grandpa, them all grew up through the Depression. So you ate what was put in front of you, and there was no special meals, and you learned to eat.
What was provided.
Take what was provided and what you put on if you put a heaping, you ate it all. You didn't throw it away. So.
But then, as like leftovers became a thing and refrigeration.
Leftovers, because there was always leftovers. They always cook more than what you need and stuff like that. But well, it'd be a day or two, and we'd have leftovers.
Did you have a favorite meal growing up as a kid? One that you always looked forward to having at your family dinner table?
Oh, I think it was. I always liked ham rolls myself. You know.
Tell everybody what a ham roll is.
They were. Well, I liked ham rolls. They were a biscuit rolled up. Oh man, you're making me hungry. They were a biscuit dough, and you'd grind up ham after you'd had a ham dinner.
Yep.
You'd grind up all of the leftover ham, grind it all up into a food mill grinder or a shredder or something like that.
Right.
Put mustard on, and then the ham, roll it up, cut it up into little things, and put it into a 13 by 9 pan,
Yep.
and cook them until they were brown. And then Mom would make, or Nana or whoever would make cheese sauce.
Ham rolls and cheese sauce.
Or yellow cheese sauce,
Yeah.
not white cheese sauce. Yellow cheese sauce, like
Velveeta.
Huh?
Wasn't it Velveeta?
Velveeta. That was what it.
American cheese,
Yeah, Velveeta American cheese. Yeah, and then we'd always have mashed potatoes and peas
Yes.
and like that. And then during the summertime, when it was the vegetables were coming off, there was many times that we would eat just peas and potatoes, and that was
Yeah.
it.
Peas and potatoes.
Peas and potatoes.
Fresh from the
Fresh
garden. though.
from the garden, and it would be peas and potatoes, and
With
she'd
cream.
they would boil the potatoes. You'd either that or they'd mash them all up and have them like that, and then you just put your potato, and I would wind the peas right to it. I mean, I'd have a rounding heap, and
Yeah.
then wind the butter and a little bit of the milk
Milk.
sauce that was like that, and that was it. That's what was your corn was the same way. When the corn was
Yeah.
ready to eat, you ate corn and
Yeah.
ate corn and ate corn.
Until there was no more.
Well, I ate 20 years one night. And
Did you really?
Oh yeah.
You ate 20 years
Ate 20
of
years
corn
of corn
in one
and-
night?
Yeah, in one setting. And but
you
shortly
at
after that, I
throughout?
I threw 20 years up. And
Yeah. Were you competing with someone, or you just?
well, my grandfather.
Oh, right. And did you win?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, probably. I don't know. He could eat quite a lot of corn. But cucumbers the same way. Tomatoes.
So your parents taught you to not waste. Your grandparents were the
Right.
same way. What are some of the other things that you think you learned from your parents that you've carried forward into adulthood?
Spatula.
A spatula.
You know what a
actually,
spatula
yeah.
is, you know.
Not wasting.
You know,
Yeah.
you take everything that was in a muffin tin or a muffin bowl or anything like that, and you'd scoop it all out, and that was of course that was in the restaurant business, and that was your profit right there. You know, Nana would always say, "That's your profit. There's an extra muffin in that. You know, you're throwing a muffin away. You know,
But hard work was another.
hard work. Yep.
And savings was
Savings. Yep. You save money. Yep.
They were really good at that.
Oh yeah,
right?
they were. They had to be, and I mean they were. What? Grandpa Sprague went to work, come to work, and he started out at $12 a week or something like that.
Wow.
And I know Dad. I saw paychecks of his like $30, $40 a
Wow.
week. So just imagine. So.
Yeah.
And I know when I grew up and I started earning income, I said if I could only earn $200 a week, I could have a brand new car, and I could have a house to live in, and I'd be really right on top of the world. And look at us today.
What did you think you wanted to be when you were a little kid?
A dentist.
No kidding.
Why?
I don't know. Just what I thought I want to be.
What happened?
Okay.
Why didn't you?
I don't know what. I don't. I just like carpentry work better than anything. So.
When
Yeah,
did you?
Dad did. He worked in the woolen mill Monday through Saturday, and then in the evenings or afternoon after he'd get out of work, he'd get out at 2:30, and he'd work 2.5, 3 hours building cabinets for people and doing shingling and stuff like that. And you know, it's just one of those deals that I kind of enjoyed doing that outside.
Mm-hmm.
Being my own boss.
You liked building because you started out building dams,
Yep.
something I never knew about too. Yeah.
Just
Now
to flood the road.
I know. So you didn't love school, but were there like sports or extracurricular activities?
Oh, I played baseball. I didn't care for basketball. Did baseball. I was in the band for a little bit.
What'd you play?
Trombone.
Did you like it?
Yeah. I liked it, and I did that for 3 years.
Yeah.
Senior year, for some reason, I just dropped right out of it. I didn't like marching band. That was it. They started doing marching band, and I said, I don't like that.
Get out of there.
What didn't you like about it?
What?
What marching band? Why didn't you like it?
I don't know. I just didn't like it.
You're like, this is
The
boring.
marching.
Yeah. Were you partying by then? Did
No.
you party?
Nope.
No.
Never had a beer until I got into trade school.
Wow.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Cigarettes?
Oh, I like smoking cigars
You did.
When you were
in high
growing up?
school. Yeah.
Did you sneak them? Was that like a...
Once in a while. Yeah, most of the time I snuck them. Yeah.
Where'd you get them?
Oh, I'd buy them.
Oh.
At a local store. They'd sell them to you. They didn't care.
So you knew you wanted to become a carpenter around the end of your high school career?
Yeah, I would say in my senior year, everybody there in the school, the guidance directors, no, you're not going to be anything but a mill rat.
Somebody said that.
Somebody
The
said that
guidance
to me.
counselor
One of the guidance counselors, you're not going to be anything more than the regular mill rat of Corinna, Maine. And I'd look at them and just bat my eyes and say, we'll see.
Can I ask, because it sounds like it was pretty common that people worked at the mill,
Yep.
right? Was it a career that was looked down upon?
I don't know if it was a career looked down upon, but it was low paying.
Mm.
Very low pay. And, yeah, probably so. Probably looked down at,
Mm-hmm.
Even though everyone in the town.
Oh, everybody knew everybody. You couldn't do nothing without somebody knowing you.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
so and I did. I worked there at the mill.
Mm-hmm.
I went in there and worked. Dad, he was up there and he was like the second hand, first hand on like that. So he knew everybody, and okay, well, Garry needs a job for the summer, or he needs a job. So they'd find something for me to do in the mill, and I'd go there. And that's probably the reason why they said you'd be nothing but a mill rat. And I said, well, I think I would do better than that. And I think, all told, there was 19, 20 in my class. I think probably financially, and a bunch of them were teachers and stuff like that, but nobody built stuff like I built. I mean, I've built everything.
Was there, so it doesn't sound like you had a lot of people in the teaching environment that tried to inspire you.
Nope.
Did you have a person in your life that you looked up to, that you idolized, or that you wanted to be like? Or you admired, maybe, even in high school?
A friend of Mom and Dad's that we had a camp next to, Bill Netto, and he always kind of tucked me under his
wing,
I guess, as we were growing up. In fact, I worked. That's probably where I got the idea that I wanted to become a carpenter, because he was doing all kinds of construction projects and stuff like that, and so of course, once I got my driver's license, he liked it because he could send me off, and I had smart enough to think out what he wanted ahead of time. And so I could he'd send me to the store to pick up 6 pieces of elbow, and I'd look and I'd say, well, I think I better get 10. And I'd bring 10 back, and then he'd send me back to get 2 more. He needed 12, and no. I just didn't think it all the way out through, but yet I was only 15, 16 years old. So, I mean,
What were you driving around for a car back then?
First car was a Falcon. Ford Falcon.
Ford Falcon.
And then I think Dad had a second car that I had now and then. I had to rent the vehicle from my parents. I had to pay them so much a mile
Oh, okay.
for gas and insurance. So I mean,
So then you had to have a job.
they had other, and I always had part-time jobs.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
either the restaurant or Bill Nettle. He kept me busy all the way up through trade school.
What was your hourly wage?
Oh my God, 25 cents an hour. I don't know.
kidding.
Something like that.
Wow.
25 cents.
Ridiculously
Oh
low.
my gosh.
So.
How old were you when you learned to drive?
Oh, I started driving when I was 12.
12? Cars?
Cars.
Not legally, but you were.
Well, we drive on the
Right.
camp road. We had a camp road that was a mile and a half long, and again, Bill and Dad and them, they always maintained the road, and they'd put me in the driver's seat and learn how to drive a standard shift. Well, if you can't drive a standard, you ain't gonna drive. So
So you had
I
to-
learned
yeah.
how to drive. Took
Yeah.
my license on a standard shift car, and
Wasn't there a story that you had to drive somebody? Was it maybe your grandfather? And
Grandfather Sprague was he cut cedar for one of the plants in Plymouth.
Plymouth, Maine.
Yeah, Plymouth, Maine. And he cut cedar, and I'd always go in on it with him on the weekends to go cut. Even 5, 6, 7 years old, I'd go in the wood, and he'd cut down a bunch of small cedar trees and call them pickets. They call them, and he goes, I get 5 cents a piece for each one of these, and they have to be trimmed right up, and they have to be so long, and like that. And then he'd cut them down, and I'd trim them all up and pile them up and put them in the pile. But grandfather, his chainsaw got the best of him one day and cut his kneecap right in half. And we was a mile and a half in the woods from where we could drive or where they drove the vehicles in and stopped, and then we walked in the rest of the way.
He walked.
And so he cut his knee in half, and the other team members that were there bandaged him up, and Grandpa told me to go get the Scout and drive it in as far as I could drive it in. And I mean, I was only 12 maybe at that time, I believe, I'm guessing. And so I drove it in, and I met them and loaded him up, and we drove out to the main road, and I stopped, and I said, okay, you got to drive it from here. Oh, I can't drive, he goes. I said, Grandpa, I haven't got a driver's
I'm only
license.
12.
He said, I can't drive, he goes.
You got to do it.
He said, you take the back roads, and we went all the back roads from, we was up in Garland, which was probably, 12 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
So we went all the back roads to back in like that, and then...
To Dexter? Was that where the hospital was?
No, we went all the way to Corinna into Dr. Glore,
Okay.
How
And
long of a drive is that?
about 12 miles.
Okay.
It would have taken, though...
And well, we had to go down Route 7.
Right.
We had to do Route 7 from... Well, I had to be on Route 7 probably
That's a
like
major
3 miles, 3, 4
highway.
miles.
So he's
highway.
now not
Yeah.
on back roads. but
No,
on
this was on the
major-
main highway,
main
main
roads.
thoroughfare.
Were the police concerned with stuff like that, or they didn't really give a shit?
I didn't know. They weren't any police
Yeah.
to speak of. No.
So you got him to a doctor's office.
I got him to the Dr. Glore's doctor's
And-
office. I got him there and helped him into the doctor's office, and doctor fixed him all up. And
Really?
Yeah.
He didn't
So
have to go to
Oh
the
no,
hospital.
no. Well, he ended up going to they sewed him up, and then he ended up going to a specialist
He
to
did,
have the
okay.
kneecap, and
Yeah.
they told him he'd never walk again, and
And
Did
that
he?
wasn't true.
oh yeah,
He
yeah,
walked?
yeah. About 6 months later, he walked in. The doctor looked at him and said, "Oh cow, you're not supposed to be walking." Grandpa Sprague had 40 acres of land, which we ended up buying 2 acres off of him back in the 70s, early 70s. And anyway, so Grandpa always cut cedar out back, or he managed that cedar road. He says that these were young trees back then. I mean, that was back in 1956 through 70.
66.
And they were all small trees.
Yeah.
And Grandpa never cut a stick of cedar out there other than something to burn.
Okay. Yeah.
And he said, someday this is going to be yours. So he knew it was going to be mine in time. And sure enough, 5 years ago, the cedar lot is the 40-acre parcel, 6 acres of fields and house lots. And then the rest of it would be like 34 acres of cedar trees and different types of species of trees. 2019, I guess, I said, well, I'm going to go out and cut a few cedar trees and see if I can't sell some cedar to the local cedar guy. When I went out there and I worked for 3 days, had quite a pile of cedar piled up, had them all measured up, went to see the cedar guy and told him what I had, and he goes, I'll give you $100 for them. And I said, well, I guess you won't. So the next year I went out and bought a wood miser and started cutting my own trees and milling. And we presently live on 2 acres that were all cedar before.
Yeah.
And you sell the cedar. And what do you do with cedar?
Make stuff.
Posts.
4x4 posts, mainly boards, cedar boards.
Okay.
People use for decking or building different structures. Dad, did you travel outside of the state of Maine ever when you were a kid?
Oh yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Where would you go?
Boston.
What'd you go to Boston for?
Relatives that lived in Winthrop, Mass.
Oh, okay.
Stella and Yale Sawtelle had a son named Murray.
Murray.
And Murray was 8 years older than I was.
Okay.
And we would travel down there and they would travel up to Maine.
Okay.
Probably twice a year. And Mom and Dad would let Karen and I go with Murray.
Your cousin.
We would travel down. This was before 95 went in.
Okay.
So we had to go from Corinna to Augusta to pick up 95.
Mm-hmm.
Then 95 into Winthrop, Mass.
Okay.
And then Murray would take us. We'd get there about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and we'd go for a train ride on the T into Boston.
No kidding.
The Karen and I and Murray
You'd bomb around the city?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. We went to Montreal to the Olympics, I think.
Okay.
Wow.
And we did a lot of Massachusetts. And we went to New Jersey, down to the walkway there, because Dad had a Navy buddy that lived down there. Atlantic City.
Atlantic City.
On the boardwalk?
Yep, the boardwalk. Yep.
Did you enjoy getting out of Corinna and travel?
Yeah.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we traveled all over, so I mean we've.
Yeah. Okay, so tell us about college. You went to vocational school?
Vocational school, yeah, and it was. It wasn't. There was supposed to be some academic work, but yet most of it was learn the trade by doing stuff.
Hands-on.
Correct. Yeah. And I mean, we built 3 houses, 1 rifle range, something like that, while we were down there.
Wow.
And
And it was only carpentry?
Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
Not just, like electricians.
And then, we'd have some classroom work and stuff like that, and I had 2 good friends that we chummed with on like that, and we always would work together on building some stuff like stairs, fancy stairs and stuff like that. And we'd come to a spot and we'd start scratching our heads going, how the hell did we miss something? And then next thing you know, you'd see the instructor come up. What's the matter, boys? You stuck on something here or what? Well, guess we missed something that you was talking about, or we didn't understand it. And he'd talk us through it, and we'd build them. So I mean, but we were good.
Did you enlist in the service, or were you drafted in any way?
I enlisted.
Okay, and when did you do that?
I was drafted the day after I enlisted.
Okay, so where is that in your journey of going to vocational school? Was it before that?
After.
Or after, okay.
That was during the Vietnam War, and my number was number 4.
Wow.
On because I got deferments because I was in college or
Okay.
trade school. I got deferments for the first 2 years, and my last year when I graduated, my number was number 4. So January, like that, it came up, so I missed it in January. But the minute I graduated, they'd gone all the way through all of the numbers, or however the numbers were on the draft.
Okay.
So that meant I was number 4 again, and in
Wow.
July, I went and saw the 946 transportation outfit that was in Dexter. I knew the staff sergeant or the head sergeant there, and he said, well, come back after we get done summer camp. He goes, we might have a few openings then. He said, usually they go through that and then they
This
retire.
was for the reserves?
Reserves.
You're now talking
Yep,
about?
yep,
Okay,
yep. So anyways, he called up when they got back, and he goes, yep, come right up right today. He goes, be here at 1 o'clock, and he says, we're gonna swear 6 of you guys in, first come, first serve. So there was 6 of us that showed up, and they swore us in. The next day I got a greetings and salutations in the mail, and I took it up to Dexter, and they said, well, they're lost, you're already signed up. So he goes, so.
Did you do that with the idea that that would allow you to not have to go to?
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay.
And it did, so. And then I didn't go to, then, of course, your mother and I weren't married at that time. We were seeing each other, and we got married in November, and then right after Christmas I went out to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri for 16, 18, 20 weeks or something like that. Something.
Tell us about your first memory of Mom when you first met her.
I was traveling. It was my second year of vocational school. My sister Karen was in Auburn School of Technology or something like that. No, Commerce, I guess it was. It was a secretarial finishing school.
Yep.
And I don't know. I'd pick her up every Friday and drop her off on Sunday.
Yep.
And your mother come diddy bopping out of the dorm room like that, and look at that filly. And I said to Karen, I said on the way home, I said, so who's that like that? Well, that's Marge, and she's taken. Forget about that. Okay, yeah, fine, dandy. So anyways, that's what I did. I just forgot about it, and I went about my business. And that was in the fall. In the spring, Karen called up. She said, none of the boys at school will go to the Y with us girls to go swimming. Would you be interested? And I'd love to swim. So I said, yeah, I'll go. What the heck, like that. So yeah, that's where it was. Your mother scratched me and infected me.
I've heard this
That was
story
it.
before.
That was it.
Because you guys were playing around in the pool or something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Or you were dunking all the girls.
Oh, yeah.
Of course you were, right?
Yeah.
Dunking all the girls.
Yeah.
And you guys got married very quickly.
November 14th.
Did that feel like a rush, or you just knew it was the right
No,
thing to do?
it was just I was traveling twice a week back and forth to Rumford, and that was just getting old hat. That's all. So
So you said
It
we
just
might,
made sense.
we might as well get married.
might as well get married. Yeah, might as well.
About 4
So,
months. Long enough.
yeah. So that's what we did, and then 8 weeks later, I was in boot camp for kind of
Yeah.
So
Wow.
And Mom was living with your
Yeah,
parents
yeah,
for a
yeah.
period of time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So then not soon after that, you guys had Tim, right?
Yep, we had Tim. Yeah.
And we heard the story today of when Tim was born. You had to transport him.
Yeah, they
And-
called up, and Nana and Timmy was born, I don't know, 11 o'clock or something like that in the morning, but we'd been up since 3:30,
Mm-hmm.
and everything's, I thought was good, so I went home and I went to bed, and Nana and Grandpa Sprague come down and woke me up and said, well, you gotta go back to the hospital. Something's wrong with Timmy. So I beat foot into that, and they were trying to figure out what they were going to do with him. And the next day they called up and said, we don't have a ambulance service to take him to Portland. And we had a van, carpentry van, and I said, yeah, okay, I'll grab that. And so we emptied it of all of the carpenter's tools, took the pressure washer real quick like and washed the inside of it all out. I went and picked him up in a private nurse in an incubator with Timmy in it. And we headed to Portland at a normal rate of speed. And we got, I don't know, Aetna or something like that. And the clinician or the nurse said, I've lost all my oxygen to the incubator. So he said, I'm got an extra tank, I'm hooking it up, but there's a major leak here somewhere. And I said, well, I know where Pittsfield is, so I pulled into Pittsfield. They
there was a hospital
yeah,
there.
the hospital in Pittsfield. Saw the lady, I knew her, the head nurse, and I told her what the circumstance was, and they came out and they jury rigged the incubator so it would stop the leak and gave me a couple extra tanks of oxygen and told me to take her up as high a speed as you could dare to drive.
Really?
And we'll call the state troopers and have them meet you, and you're not even stopping at any of the, because then it was Newport, you had to stop, at least twice to go through toll booths like that, and he said the state troopers will pick you up in somewhere on the interstate.
And did they?
And they did.
They escorted
Yeah,
you.
they escorted me right in through. So
Dad.
we went all the way right into Port, and then I just dropped him off and turned around, and I had to take the nurse back, and so
Oh my gosh.
and so Timmy was left there, and then
Wow.
I think Nana and Grandpa went down that same day. I
Yeah.
think I don't know. I can't.
Yeah, I think
remember,
that's what
but
Mom said. Yeah.
How long of a drive was that?
2 hours.
Wow.
Well, yeah, 2 hours standard, but I was.
But you made it there.
I shortened it right up real
Yeah.
quick, like so.
So, and then I come along a couple
Yeah, and then
years
then
later.
you happened to appear for crying out loud, so. Yeah.
And did you guys decide, like, 2 kids was
Two
all
kids
you wanted?
and that was it. Yeah. Yeah.
That was good. A boy and a girl.
Yeah.
So now you guys are your young parents. You have your own construction business.
Yeah.
When did you buy the restaurant?
You were 4.
Okay.
And you bought the restaurant from
My aunt and uncle.
your.
Okay.
Well, it was an ice cream stand. That's all it was an ice cream stand.
Oh.
Hot dogs, steamed hot dogs, ice cream stand,
Oh, the best.
and that was it. And I mean, it weren't any bigger than this room right here,
Wow.
if that was it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
And then they had moved it over to a piece of property that was in my family, and they moved that building over there.
oh, okay, they
And then
relocated a building.
When they sold it to us, I said, well, I'm going to run this year round. So I moved it from this little square part into that restaurant. I moved it into that building, into the house.
Yeah. Do you remember, like, as you guys were young parents and you're working ridiculous hours a week, did you feel stressed generally, or did
No.
you feel like this is just life?
Yeah, it was life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did everything.
Did it feel like a good life?
Yeah. 7 years. 7 years of 7 days a week, 16 hours a day. It was rough. It was,
Yeah.
it weren't fun, but it was.
Where did you
We
find
did it to make life better for us and for you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you feel grateful?
Yeah.
Is that what got you
Yeah.
kept you going?
Yeah. And it was just, a lot of it was like I did the carpenter business. Marge had that business. I did both. I mean, I'd get up in the morning and open up, and your mother would close up, then I did the swimming pool business because we needed a swimming pool, and I built swimming, and
You built swimming
they were
pools.
very expensive at the time. They were $10,000-$12,000, and I contacted the distributor and said, "How many pools do I need?" He said, "You need to buy 3," and I found 2 other guys that wanted to buy pools, so we all joined together and we built them. Mine
Yeah.
was first, then David Dow's, and then Alan Brown's.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and we all built. Everybody pitched in like that, and then gave.
Like everybody built everybody else's pool,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You guys all did it.
Yeah,
like, as
but
a-
none of us knew how to build a pool. Except I was foolish enough to be the one that was the head honcho on it, so I did it. So
Wow.
Yeah.
And didn't you would snow plow in the winter as well for extra income?
Yep.
Did you always do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
So there
yeah,
was
I
a
had
lot
party driveways.
yeah.
Mm.
What did you do for fun as you were a full-time workhorse and a parent? Where did you relax?
Did you have time to relax?
Oh, we always had parties and stuff like that.
Right?
We always,
Yeah.
we always back then. You always had good sized parties and friends and
House parties.
house parties. Yeah, that's what they were. House parties. Yeah, basically. Yeah.
At your house?
Yeah, we'd have it at our house. We'd probably have 3, maybe 4 parties a year, and
Yeah.
one would be at my house, one would be at
The Gallagher's.
Gallagher's house, and one would be at the Dorman house.
Yeah.
And, one would be, at Marvin's house or something like that. So I mean, we jumped all over and wined and dined and
And we would do camping as an activity.
yeah,
I don't know.
we,
Was that
well, yeah, we did a lot of. I did a lot of fishing back then too.
Yeah.
So a lot of fishing, a little bit on
a little bit of hunting camp?
hunting. Yeah,
Little- that was some fun for you.
yeah.
Was camping with your family fun or
Yep,
was it stressful?
that was fun.
You liked it.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
doing that. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when do you remember saying, "Okay, we can travel. Let's travel with the kids. Let's do that."
Well, that was after we sold the ice cream store.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because you guys were tethered all the time
yeah.
to running the
Yeah.
ice cream store.
Yeah. It was 7 days. It was 24/7 basically is what it was. So.
What do you think has been some of the hardest times of your adult life, looking back on it now? What about when you closed down your construction business and had to start from the
That wasn't hard though.
No.
that wasn't. No,
you
I
had to
just
start from the bottom up.
it was just one of those deals. I mean, things weren't coming together, and everybody thought I was charging them too much money to work for them, and I just said, okay, I'm going to go to work for the big boys.
So it just seems like you've always had such a positive outlook on life. Like I can even tell, even asking you this question, like what's been hard, you're like,
Nothing's been hard. It's just been
it's just life.
It's just
life. You just
Yeah.
dig in.
Have you always been like that though?
Yeah.
Even when you were little?
Yeah, it didn't matter. Yeah. Hey, life is life, So I just lived it. So lived it for the best. I've had a good run. So.
What was your favorite house that you built? Do you have one? Or maybe a location?
Yeah.
Which
Right
one?
here.
This one, yeah.
Right here.
Is it really? Honestly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the most fun. Out of a, houses take from start to finish. They take 3 to 4 months to build, and that's what. This was a rebuild, but this was, I think, the most fun. Log homes. I loved doing log homes. I mean, we did half a dozen of those log homes.
Yeah.
So I mean, and we travel extensively on that, and Massachusetts, out on the islands, and
My favorite memory is when you would build houses out in Martha's.
Martha's Vineyard.
Vineyard.
Yeah, nothing scares me as far as building goes. I've built little stuff. I've built cabinets. I've done parking garages. Hospitals. I've done
Bridges,
bridges. Yeah,
dams.
paper machine rooms, dams.
Dams.
Yep. I've even torn a dam apart and put one back together
Like
again.
real dams.
A real
yeah.
dam
Yeah.
in Lisbon,
Wow.
Maine. Yeah.
Wow.
If you had to look at fatherhood versus being a grandfather, do you like one better than the other, or are they the same to you?
Oh, grandfather's better because you can ship them back home and say, yeah, take care of these little brats.
Did you like being a father?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you always know you wanted to be a father?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, your mother might tell you a different story, but yeah, it was all right. It was good. I was never around. I mean, I was
'Cause you were
working.
working.
I was working most of the time, so.
Well, let's shift out to the bigger perspective right now. Like, what's going on in the world? I know you and Mom pay attention to the news and have points of view on things. But what do you? I asked Mom this question. How do you feel being an American citizen today versus when you were just starting out in life and you were 20 years old? Do you have different worries today? Do you have the same kind of pride today in being an American citizen?
Well, being in the military, you follow the president or the head commander-in-chief, I guess you want to call him. You're supposed to follow him and do it like that, but I wouldn't him. Not today. Not in this episode.
Is that the first time you felt that way about a president?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy is right off the wall. He's right off the wall. So.
Yeah, and you used to be kind of pro.
I am.
Trump.
I am.
You used
Republican. I've been a staunch Republican all my life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm voting blue all the way across the board. I don't give a shit who it is.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
The
They're gonna vote against the Republicans somehow. They got to get rid of it. They got to get rid of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're gonna be in World War III before we get out of here. I'm afraid. That's what scares me.
Okay, that's what we want.
That's what scares me.
Really.
He is this guy that's and the commander-in-chief has got his finger there from the nuclear bombs, and that's what scares me, that he's going to pull the trigger.
What changed your mind about him?
I never liked him.
You did for you. There was a period I thought I
No,
remember
I never
you
liked
were
him.
okay.
Never
I'm
liked
mistaken
him.
then.
He
Yeah.
was a con artist right from the get-go. He didn't like him at all.
Do you think that that's uncommon for someone with your background being
Nope.
from a really small
No,
rural
I think he's
town?
got them all corned. I think he's got them buffaloed, or he's conned them. He's just making promises that he can't keep,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and he hasn't kept one that I know of.
What do you worry about for your grandchildren and your step grandchildren going in? Like
I don't know how
20?
you're ever going to get out of the USA out of debt. So.
Yeah. So
I mean,
the
you can't
economy.
go trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars into debt, and commander-in-chief is already almost bankrupt us
Yeah.
right now. I mean, it's how many trillions of dollars has he put us into the hole?
Yeah.
And we're still fighting for something that he won't give you or our grandchildren health care or anything like that. I mean, you can't operate that way.
Yeah.
You know,
What are you hopeful about for the world or for our country?
peace,
You want to see more peace. Yeah.
and I want to see people taken care of. I'll do what I can to help, but I mean, I like to see people taken care of.
Yeah.
Like this.
What do you think it means to live a good life? How would you describe that to somebody?
Be worry free, financially stable, which I think I am. Is even though we've never earned big dollars, but yet we're financially stable, and we do as we please. I mean, we've got 2 nice houses and great children, great grandchildren, and great
Step-grandchildren.
step-grandchildren. So, yeah.
All right, well, we're going to go into rapid fire questions.
You know what that means?
Nope. Fire
You'll
away.
figure it out.
Early morning or late night?
Which do you prefer?
Early morning,
Coffee or tea?
coffee,
Favorite kind of meal?
breakfast.
Work, not ham rolls?
Ham rolls? Not ham rolls?
No, breakfast.
Breakfast? Okay. Work with your hands or sit still?
Working with my hands.
Favorite season?
Used to be winter, but now it's more summer.
A place you've always liked going?
Hawaii.
Hawaii. Big baller. Something you've always enjoyed building or fixing?
Anything.
One word your friends would use to describe you?
Doc Saudi.
What was it?
Doc Saudi.
That's a nickname they
It was
give
a
him.
Doc?
nickname.
Doc Sawty. S-A-W-T-Y.
What does it mean?
We in chemistry. I was a wild man, I guess. I don't know. They liked it. We do funny stuff in
Okay.
chemistry.
Doc Saudi. Something that always makes you laugh.
Yeah, your mother laugh, I guess. So.
A habit you've had for years.
What's the name?
A habit you've had for years.
Habit I've had for years. Being in my nothing box.
Being in your what?
My nothing box.
In your nothing
What's
box?
that?
What does
In
that
other
mean?
words, I don't have to think about a goddamn thing.
Oh.
Something you're proud of.
Oh, I guess being able to be in the construction world and nothing really fears me.
Something you still enjoy doing.
Carpentry work.
A place that feels like home.
Wherever I put my head down.
Wherever you are.
Yeah.
One thing you've learned the hard way.
Don't get drunk. Because I used to get drunk pretty cool.
Last one. Your perfect day in 3 words.
My
Perfect day in 3 words.
perfect day in 3 words.
Crown Royal, sunshine,
Volleyball.
poolside, volleyball.
Crown Royal, sunshine, and volleyball. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
That's it,
Well
Dad. Okay.
Okay, good.
Good job.
All right, great job.
I'll take a Crown Royal right now.
Yes,
but
you
Jesus.
can definitely have a Crown Royal.